Hi everyone. Welcome back to Woman Carrying Man. I am alone. Nadia wasn't feeling great and has had a really busy week, so I said, hey, you know what? I will film a video. I don't think she knows what video I'm going to do, but this is one that I've been wanting to do for a while, but I knew I could never get her to watch it. It is a profoundly weird and upsetting film. Although I do miss talk with. I feel weird just sitting here being alone. I want to talk about a very special movie that came out recently, although it has been 30 years in the making. We're talking about Phil Tippett's Mad God. This was an exclusive streaming on Shudder, but I'd heard about this movie because I saw the trailer online. Phil Tippett is like the visual effects mastermind genius who's been behind very famous movies, RoboCop, Star Wars, Jurassic Park, but this has been a passion project, stop motion passion project behind the scenes. And I'm not a huge fan of stop motion as a medium. I think it's creepy. Okay, I don't think stop motion is creepy always. I think there are some great stop motion movies, but I do think that it lends itself very well to horror. I think that A Nightmare Before Christmas is a great example of a movie that I can appreciate, but I can't enjoy because it is too creepy for me. Like, it's supposed to be like a cute movie also, like a fun movie, but it is only just really disturbing. Something about stop motion, it's like you can see in real time how the motions are made. You see the passage of time in a really unsettling way, like 30 seconds. And it's like, you're watching like a year of an animator's life path. Maybe not a year, but you're watching like someone's like very detailed, like coming into frame, moving a tiny inch or something. Like, I don't understand the kind of mind who wants to work in that medium. I think it's admirable. You kind of have to have a sickness. Okay, let me rephrase this. You have to be really dedicated to want to work in this medium, I think. And for someone like Phil Tippett to make a movie and put so much effort into something that is so out there that I can't even imagine this coming out 30 years ago, let alone today it feels shocking and weird. Mad God is a surreal dystopia, I said it right this time, that is basically just a guy wandering through this circles of hell, just descending. It begins with this guy who's anonymous in this creepy looking, like World War I costume. And he's just being descended in like a diving bell or whatever they're called, and just sinking lower and lower through the circles of hell. And you don't know where he's going, why he's there. You're just seeing these images, and it's the most using stop motion to its most like beneficial way, because it's all small and models, but it's also there's like real stuff in there, and it's like the real physicality that gets to you. Like just the imagination behind these like disturbing, weird things and creations. It's incredible. And I want to get to talking about why it is very Lynchian, I think, because while there's all this darkness, there's a kind of like almost... I'm doing the like Lynch thing with my fingers now. I don't know why. There's like this almost like spiritual, like mystical thing about it, where it very much like Eraserhead, I think, where it's like just going to these depths of darkness is like, it's almost like blends contrast to the light. I became so attached to this character who's in this suit, who doesn't say anything, and things happen. I'm not going to spoil the movie right now. I will later, but I don't think there's really much to spoil. It's more of an experience. There's not really a plot. It's more of a sequence of moments, of situations that kind of build to something. And I do want to watch this movie again, because I feel like I'd appreciate it even more on a second viewing, because the first time you're kind of going like, what is this? Where is this going? Because it does feel like very linear at first, and then it goes off into different directions, and you're like, what are we doing here? But I think now if I watched it again, I think I'd have a little more awareness of what's actually happening. I don't want to like overanalyze this movie and go like, oh, I don't want to like read articles where it's like, oh, this symbolizes this, and this creature symbolizes this, and then they go this, and this means this. Like, it's very much like a surreal, abstract kind of experience that you take away what you want to put into it, I think. And the thing is, it never, the imagery, while it does, there is a sense of metaphor. Like like you could read into like, oh, the industrial process, the capitalism, everyone's, a machine. Like it becomes more and more industrial. Like you're going through this post-apocalyptic landscape, and it feels like it's becoming more and more industrial. And you see like disturbing images. Like you can totally take away very easy metaphors, but the movie doesn't let you do that. And that's what I like about it. There's no like one-to-one of, oh, this is what modern times is like. It's very medieval almost. And I think, like on Letterboxd, I said there was Tree of Life, directed by Hieronymus Bosch. Ultimately, and I'll get into this in spoilers, it becomes like an origin story for the universe, and it kind of goes through all of time, and it has as its themes like humanity and existence. It's a very big movie at its core, even though it's the small stuff. It's addressing like huge themes, very much like Malick's The Tree of Life, which I love that movie, but this is like the dark opposite, the one that, like, a Bosch painting, it has comedy and it has some funny moments, but it is like really trying to unnerve you. Interestingly enough, the stuff that bothered me the most, that was like most upsetting to me, was like the actual live action stuff that was incorporated into the movie later on. When it's all stop motion, there's a sense of like security, like it's all fake, but it's like you have like real people. It got weird. Like it got kind of like, I don't know if I like this. And that's probably one thing that I don't like about the movie in general, is that I feel like once it brought in like the green screen, physical actors, like the director Alex Cox, I think I didn't love that character. I thought it was like, it took me out of the movie a little bit. I don't know if maybe that was intentional, like just to make me feel gross, like not saying Alex Cox is gross or something, but again, given a rewatch, I think it could work. And there's just so much I love about this movie. It is so weird and twisted, and I just want people to check it out. It had just the atmosphere, like the detail into the way the characters walk, and just like walking through this wasteland. It's so gross that it becomes beautiful. Like it becomes like so much effort and care was put into these weird, like strange, odd creatures. And the sound design. Okay, let me get to the sound design. It has this unsettling, murky sound. Spoilers real quick. I don't think there's much to spoil about this movie. We're following the character in the World War I suit, going down and exploring through hell. We learn that he's carrying a briefcase. And I loved this part of the movie. I was not seeing this. But when he goes to this area and he has the briefcase, you realize it's a bomb. And he's trying to destroy the world. Has the suitcase. And right before it can like explode, he's captured. But it's on like a timer. But you see this mountain. It looks like a mountain of bombs that haven't exploded. And this fixation suddenly in the movie on time, and on time slowing and stopping, and like this feeling that there is no end, like it just doesn't, you can't destroy this. Fixation with the end of things, on the end times, on destruction, of setting it all on fire, and then our hero gets captured and is experimented on. And I think this is the grossest, hardest part of the movie to sit through. It really becomes like student film, not in a bad way, but like student film, like edgy, like we're going to gross you out. And he's drilled into, and things are taken out of him. A child is like removed, like a strange being. There's like lots of blood, lots of gore, but we get to see like earlier on what happened before the movie started. And I was a little confused, like, is this a flashback? Is this a different character who's trying to explore the depths of hell? But it appears to be like the origin of like this society. Like there's all these workers, everyone who looks like the main character, and they're sent down to apparently try to destroy this world, and we don't really know why. Anyways, later on, this thing that is removed from the hero is taken by this like plague doctor looking creature. Keys almost, or something, like is just like jangling everywhere, and the noise and the sound design is so unsettling. It was like, that was a scary part in the movie, like when the nurse is handing over this thing to this like plague doctor being that's huge. It was really, something about it was just really upsetting and unsettling. And the final act of the movie kind of takes a weird left turn, and then a lot of imagery. I can barely even remember everything that happens because there's a lot of stuff that happens. But it basically, to me, I interpret it as the universe reborn, and there's like this endless loop of like birth and death, beautiful and haunting, but also like we're perpetually making and destroying our world, and just this this feeling of history, of we're always moving towards creation and destruction. There's the cyclical nature of life on a micro and macro level. I can't pretend to understand this movie 100% or even claim that there's anything like concrete to understand. I think it's a lot of suggestion, a lot of you read into it what you want. But it is a movie that I definitely want to return to, and don't watch it if you're squeamish. Like, it's not something I want to watch while I'm eating food or snacking or just hanging out. Like, it's a movie that demands a certain level of like attention from you because it's an experience. I'd be curious to know what Nadia thinks about this movie. I would feel bad subjecting it to her. I don't think she'd like it. I think she'll probably watch the review and go like, okay, yeah, no. Human teeth in these creatures. There's like human gross like fingernails, and the way these things are created, it is uncanny valley, like, but it's worth it. It is so worth it. I'm obsessed with it. I hope you all check it out. Let us know what you want us to watch, and hope you have a good one, everyone. Talk to you later. Bye.